Give me the original equation that you solved.
X squared
X squared
minus 9x
minus 9x
plus 18
plus 18
equals 0.
equal to 0. Okay, so what method did you use?
Completing the square method?
Completing the square. Okay, let's use completing the square to solve it. Let's use completing the square to solve it. So first of all, the coefficient of x squared is 1, so we don't need to divide anything. So we leave it. So, but we have to transfer this 18 to the other side. And when we transfer plus 18, it becomes minus 18. Minus 18, right? So, and we are left with x squared minus 9x. Okay, so now the rule is divide the coefficient of x by 2. So divide coefficient of x by 2. Then square the result, square the result, square the result. Then after squaring the result, add the squared result on both sides. Okay, that's the rule from this point. So I'm going to do exactly what I wrote. So I'm going to divide this negative 9 by 2. So let me do it here. So I'm just saying negative 9 divide by 2. That gives me, negative 9 divided by 2 gives me negative 9, right? Gives me negative 9 over 2. Then square this, square this. If you square it, it's going to give you positive 81 divided by 4. Then add the squared value, add the squared value. Add it to both sides. So you are going to have x squared.
How you get negative 9 equals negative 2? You just kept it?
Yes, I just returned it because negative 9 divided by 2 is negative 9. I didn't want to use a fraction. I didn't want to use decimal. You have negative 9 here. This is negative 9 here, right here. That's what you have. So the rule is divided by 2, which is exactly what I did. Sometimes when you divide a number, if it was negative 18, if I divide it by 2, I would get negative 9. Am I making sense? All right. So now add the squared value, which is plus 81 over 4. And that's equal to 81 over 4 minus 18. Okay. Of course, that's 18 over 1. That's 18 over 1.
You put 84 instead of 81 for the second side.
I'm sorry. That should be 81. I'm sorry. Thank you. At least somebody is paying attention. All right. So now ranking from this point, I can already see that the 2 is outside the square root. I can already see. But let me show you now. So now the left side, the way to factorize it is once you divide by 2, whatever you get is your magic number. If you like, you can use that word. Whatever you get is your magic number for factorization. So the left side is going to be x minus 9 over 2 whole squared, which is in line with what you got on your left side. It's the same thing with what you got on your left side. Then on the right side, you need to simplify. So you can see lowest common denominator is 4. Write your 4. 4, this very 4 divided by this one is 1. 1 times 81 is 81. You have 81 minus this very 4 divided by 1 is 4. 4 times 18. So 18 times 4 gives us 4 times 8 is 32. Write 2, carry 3. 4 times 4. No, 4 times 1 is 4 plus 3. That's 30. That's 72. So you have 72 here. 72 here. So now 81 minus 72. 81 minus 72 2 will give us, this should give us 9. So on the right side, you are going to have 9/4. On the left side, you are going to retain the same number, x minus 9/2 whole squared. So now at this point, you have to square root both sides. Take square root on both sides. So that means square root of x minus 9/2 whole squared equal to plus or minus square root of 9/4. All right. So square root of 9 is 3. Square root of 4 is 2. So right side gives you, Rankin, your right side was wrong. Plus or minus 3/2. And this side is x minus 9/2. Okay. So now your result is going to be x is equal to transfer 9/2 to the right side. So it is negative, so it becomes positive. So you have positive 9/2 plus or minus 3/2. Now you can see that it has the same, whatever is called, it has the same denominator. So if it does have the same denominator, so your solution is going to be x1 is going to be 9 plus 3/2, and x2 is going to be 9 minus 3/2. So x1 will give you 12/2, which is 6. x2 is going to give us 6/2, which is what? 3. Now, your solution now, the real, when you factor this thing, if you factor this in based on this 6, positive 6 and positive 3. So your solution is going to be x minus 6 bracket x minus 3 equal to 0. This is the factored solution. If you use distributive property to multiply this, it is going to give you back, the original equation you brought. If it doesn't give it to you, then there's a mistake somewhere. But I believe it will.
Why is when you plug it back in, why is it negative?
I did not really plug it back in. What I did was I just transferred the solution. I just transferred it to the other side. So remember, anytime you do a quadratic equation, you are going to get two values. Two values is x equal to 6 and x equal to 3. So one way to check it is if you just transfer 6 to the left side, you are left with 0. If you transfer 3 to the left side, you are left with 0. So this thing turns to x minus 6 bracket x minus 3 equal to 0. All right, so now let's quickly check. I believe this is correct, but let's quickly check for clarity. X times x is x squared. X times negative 3 is minus what? Negative 3. 6 times x is going to give you negative 6x. Negative times negative is positive, so you have your positive. 6 times 3 is 18. You have your 18. And that's equal to 0. So now look at this. Negative 3, negative 6 gives us negative 9. You have negative 9x plus 18 equal to 0. And you return your x squared. So the solution is correct.
Mr. Cable?
Yes.
We only work with whole numbers for this, right?
What?
Can we use decimals or do we only use whole numbers?
Decimals in many cases will make the problem more complicated. I can guarantee you that. For example, when you have a decimal that is like 5 places or 6 places of decimal, because you can divide a number and you have that number. For example, divide 22. 22 divided by 7. Divide 22 divided by 7. Let's see what
That's
it is.
hard.
Yes, I know, but divide it. What's the number? Just give me the entire number you see on your calculator. Yeah, give me. Press it. Use your cell phone calculator. Just type in the number and then you call the entire numbers.
3.1428.
Yeah, so you keep going. It's up to 10 digits. If it's the real pi, the calculator will just truncate it at a certain point. So decimal will make it more complicated.